Welcome back to Mastering MHA MBA and to the final part of the final chapter of our course. You have the idea, the plan, and the drive. Now come the two decisions that make it real: how to structure your business and how to fund it. In part 3, we cover both. First, the legal form of ownership. And it matters more than people think. It shapes your taxes, your liability, and your ability to raise money. The simplest is the sole proprietorship, an unincorporated business owned by one person who pays personal taxes on the profits. It is easy to start, easy to run, and by far the most common form. But there is a catch. The catch is liability. In a sole proprietorship or a general partnership where two or more people share ownership, you are personally on the hook for the business's debts. Partnerships share resources and profits, and variations like the limited partnership and the limited liability partnership exist to shield some partners from that personal risk. For more protection, entrepreneurs form a corporation, a legal entity that exists separately from its owners. So the business, not you personally, bears the liability. A popular middle path is the LLC, the limited liability company, which blends a corporation's protection with a partnership's simplicity. And the B-Corp, or benefit corporation, formally commits to profit and social good together. Now, funding. There are two fundamental ways to raise money, and the difference is everything. Debt financing means borrowing, a loan you repay with interest, usually backed by collateral. You keep full ownership, but you carry the obligation. Equity financing means selling a share of ownership to investors. You do not repay it, but you give up a piece of your company and some control. When a venture needs serious equity, in the tens of thousands to the millions, founders turn to two sources: angel investors, wealthy individuals who back early stage companies, often the first outside money in, and venture capitalists, firms that pool capital to invest in high growth startups, aiming to sell their stake later at a big profit, frequently through an IPO, taking the company public. There are gentler paths too. Bootstrapping, funding growth from your own revenue and savings, keeps you in full control. Crowdfunding lets many people chip in small amounts online. And the Small Business Administration, the SBA, offers loans, guarantees, and counseling. The right mix depends on how fast you want to grow and how much control you're willing to trade away. And that is the fundamental trade-off of funding. Debt keeps your ownership but adds pressure to repay. Equity eases the cash burden but dilutes your stake and invites others into your decisions. There is no universally right answer, only the right answer for your business, your goals, and your appetite for risk. Here is where this gets very current. In 2025, funding surged, but it concentrated dramatically. Global venture capital jumped about 30% to $425 billion, and roughly half of that, over $200 billion, went to artificial intelligence startups. Capital is abundant, but it is chasing a narrow set of high-growth bets. For most founders, that makes a clear plan and a compelling story more important than ever. Let us recap part 3. Your ownership form, from sole proprietorship to corporation to LLC, sets your taxes and liability. Funding comes as debt, which you repay, or equity, which you sell, sourced from angels, venture capital, crowdfunding, and the SBA, and the eternal trade-off is control versus capital. This builds on our chapter notes from Schermerhorn and Bachrach's Exploring Management, 7th edition, on small business ownership and financing, updated with 2025 data on the venture capital landscape. And that completes chapter 18, and our entire journey through exploring management. From the fundamentals of managing to strategy, leadership, teams, and now entrepreneurship, you have built a complete picture of what great management looks like. Thank you for learning with us. If this course helped you, subscribe, share it with someone starting their own journey, and go build something remarkable.